Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing this morning? Sorry, I'm not able to show myself on the live, but we are washing and we are chatting. And we are not using washing machine to wash this morning because we don't have a lot to be able to make up a load for the washing machine. So we'll be washing with our hands. Morning, team. Bless morning. Morning. Okay. So by way of information, I appreciate all the views, all the likes, all the comments. I appreciate the support on the live. It has been great. Do there's this video that I did. There's this that I did on mental health, and I realized that it did really well. I noticed that it has over 200 views. What I would love for you to do for me is when you go to view the videos, if you are not yet a member of the platform, please subscribe, because in subscribing you help the channel to grow. When you like the videos, you send the videos out there and others can be able to see it. Alright, so this morning as we wash, especially the mere fact that I'm washing with my hands, we want to discuss back in the days, right? Back in the days as children, and the adults were teaching us to wash. We would get our clothes in a little pan with water and brush. And bear in mind, we have no idea what we're doing, but we're doing our best. And we thought that our best was good enough. We would have washed the clothes and placed them on the line. And for the life of me, I don't know what evil spirit would get into the ladies back then who were in charge of us, whether they were our auntie, our grandmother, our mother, or our elder sisters. I don't know what get into those ladies. But some demon of anger jump up into those ladies, and they would go on the line and do what they call inspection. My God. They would turn the clothes and twist the clothes on the line. And if they find one piece of clothes that was not properly washed, they would take the whole line of clothes. And they wouldn't just take them off the line, because taking them off the line is the mild part of it. The part of it that hurts is when they take them off the line and they throw them into the dirt. Remember, you had a hard task washing them before, and you wasn't even able to get them out to their liking. And the people, the ladies, the older ladies, take the clothes off the line, throw them into the dirt. That is a different level of anger and evilness. But on their behalf, I must say, even though it was evil, yes, when I did a little bit on it happened, it did evil, man. I never said nothing good about it. But it was lessons well learned. It forms us and molds us into the women and men that we are now, comparing to nowadays children who, even if you're trying to teach them to do something, they don't want to do it, because now you don't have to use your hand to wash, right? You have a washing machine, you just throw the things in the washing machine and they finish wash. And some of the time the washing machine don't even do them properly, right? Some of the things that come out of the washing machine, back in the days, we couldn't put those on the line. They would be in the dirt and you would be washing them over. You understand? But These days we're able to throw things into the washing machine. For me, I use my washing machine every single week. However, there are certain things, and these are the things that I'm washing now because I did my main washing already for the week. There are certain things that I just think not supposed to go into washing machine. Some things you just have to deal with those with your hands. But some people throw everything in there, from kitchen rug to tablecloth, everything. They throw everything in the washing machine. I don't like that. None at all. Right. So I'm saying back in the days, you have to do it right. Right? And that is why you notice that some of the older folks, they know how to do things the correct way. While the younger generation lazy. I don't think they would survive back in nowadays, you know. I don't think the younger generation would survive back in our days, because in our days we were taught that children is to be seen and not to be heard. We are all over the place this morning, you know. We're just talking back in the days. So we will be jumping from one part of back in the days to a different part. So back in the days we were taught that children are to be seen and not to be heard. Children are to be seen and not to be heard. Meaning, if an adult is here having a conversation, you couldn't just go up and butt into the conversation. One look, we would have understand. As children, we understand the eye. We understand the eye. And once we see the eye, we know we are crossing the line and we need to dress back a little bit, or else it's going to be danger zone for us. These children nowadays, no, there's no limit. There's no border. They cross every single hurdles that they are not supposed to cross. And they will back answer you. I can give you a story. I remember I was coming from work one day at Duane Park, and there was this little boy. I don't know what was the situation because I was driving and the stoplight stopped me, so I was waiting for the light to change. So when when the stop, the little boy was there, and he was talking all the colorful materials that you would be able to purchase in things and tableaus. He was naming them by name and color. And I was so shocked to know that the little boy would be doing that and so much adults is around. So I sit there and I stare at the little boy. And I don't know, the devil made the little boy see that I was looking on him. And that little boy anger changed from whoever he was talking to. And he project himself on me. The little boy said to me, what the brown, red, black, orange, green, pink material you're looking on me for? I was never going to address him. I just kindly wind up my window and go my jolly way when the lights change. Because these days, you dare not talk to people, children, because even us as parents, when your child is being corrected by someone, we take it as an offense. When I was growing, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that because if I do that and anybody catch me, anybody, and I don't have to know the person, I will get the strapping of a lifetime. And I dare not go home and tell any adults at my house that that adult see me on the road and strap me, because that would be another strapping. And not only that, after I get the strapping, I would have to go to the Lord in prayer and beg him, do Jesus, Don't let that person who strap me go find my parents and tell them that they strap me and why them strap me, or else that would be another strapping. So it was a community that raised a child back then, and not just, and as a result we were good children. You know, I must go on record to say that some of the things that were done to us was wrong. It was traumatic, and it left some of us with scars that we will never heal from. Sometimes I wonder to myself when I see all the laws that is passed now, children rights, the rights of a child, um, CDA, the police, all of who is there to protect children now. Sometimes I wonder where were those people when I was growing up. You know, none of those persons existed, because guess what? They would be a part of the people who will correct you if they see you on the road, and they wouldn't dare come to your house to tell your parents, don't slap your child. I am wondering now that I'm sitting here, if they were afraid that if they come to the house and say, I understand that you're being abusing this child and you need to stop. I am wondering now if they were afraid that if they come there and say something, that they would have gotten a spanking too. Yeah, because there was no child's right. It was that just that you're a child, you're to be seen and not to be heard. Argument done. Nothing more to it. You understand? But like I said, some of it turn us into the man and the woman that we are today. It teaches us right from wrong. Some of us was traumatized from it. I'm sorry if you're in the comment section and I'm not able, because like I said, I'm washing, so I'm not able to see the comment section right now. But you can go ahead and leave your comments. I would read the comments afterwards and respond accordingly. Not only that, if there is any topic that you think is interested and you would want us to discuss on this platform, whether I am doing it myself or I will have to get somebody to come in to help me. You can drop it in the comment section, and when I'm going through, I'll make a note of it. And when I do my next live, you will hear some of your topics being discussed. All right? Yes. Back in the days. All right. So let's move on from there, from the washing and the behavioral problem of children who used to use genie floor polish and coconut brush to clean the floor. Oh my God. Lord of mercy. On a Saturday we had to polish the floor with a genie red floor polish. And I tell you, we had to shine that floor until, as con to our parents, they should be able to see themselves in the floor. For me, that was a nice one. I like that one. You understand? Because after polishing the floor, I would put that. I never was going down on my knee. But I couldn't make them catch me do it, you know. I used to take my foot and put it on top of the coconut brush, and I would go right through the house, shining it, and afterwards I would get a piece of material and I would put my foot on it and I shine that floor. When it finished, it pretty. It pretty like money. I never get beaten for that. Yes, I was good at it. I learned the art. But I couldn't let catch me put my foot on it, you know. Because in their head space, they think that I am going to break up the brush. But I wasn't even thinking about breaking up the brush. I just know that when I bend down under my knees on the floor, that the hard concrete was just too much for my knees. And even when they said, put some cushion under your knee and bend down, it still wasn't working out for me, honestly. So I chose my way out and I did it and I did it very well. And honestly, I never break up the brush. The brush lasted until it's time for it to be changed. Right, so that was us. So who else had to do that? One part of back in the days that I didn't like, back in the days when I was growing up, we didn't have fridge, we didn't have gas stove, electric stove, not even personal stove to be frank, and we didn't have colored TV. As a matter of fact, only persons who were considered rich had colored TV. Persons who were of the poorer class didn't have TV back then. So when you find somebody have a like a black and white TV, everybody would gather at that house, and that is for the parents who will allow you, like my people, my grandfather and his wife that grew me. I was never allowed to go to not even family member house to go and watch no TV, because in their headspace nothing good comes on the TV, and whatever comes on the TV is not for children. I don't know if they didn't understand, because back then, remember, the spare clean station is not like now where you have the internet and you have all of the porn site and everything just open up out there for children to readily go on if they want to. Right. It was a specific station, and those stations would have sign off time. Yes. You weren't able to turn on the TV from good morning to good night and watch it. No, the TV had sign off time. When it sign off and goes blank and you don't see anything back on the TV until it's time for it to sign on again. Right? So the black and white TV now is what most people used to have. And in spite of the fact that my grandfather didn't want me to go and watch TV, I used to thief away and go to my uncle's house and watch the TV. And when Papa missed me and Papa call out my name, I can't answer from up by my uncle's house. I have to run like thief and go down to my house. And then when I reach near to the house, I said, yes, Papa. Like an innocent girl who was well in the yard. Pity didn't know that I was watching the TV. But Papa, rest well. Rest well. I did what I had to do because I wanted to be a part of the TV watching group. Sorry, I love you. But that's it. Yes. But going back to the not having stove, we used to use pimento wood to cook food. And let me hasten to say, those food were like finger licking good. Food that is cooked on the wood fire, it's finger licking juicy good. It don't matter what was cooked, if it was even dumpling and cut up tomato, onion, and saute it down in some oil and put it on the dumpling, or if it was even dumpling and butter. It tasted like you were eating at a five-star hotel back then, and we used to enjoy our meals. Back then we never know that we were poor. It's now that I look back, I realize that we were really poor. I eat a lot of dumpling and butter, and dumpling and seasoning, But it tastes good. And I thought that I had a good meal. Chicken back was like steak to us back then. The good thing though, my grandfather was a fisherman. So I ate fish morning, noon, and night. Fish for breakfast, fish for lunch, fish for dinner. Fish, fish, fish. I eat fish so till I think my scales start grow up on my skin. I'm sure some of the take time I turn into a little fish myself. That somebody so have to use a knife and remove my scales. I ate fish. I remember growing up and turn an adult. Fish was never a part of my menu. I refuse to cook fish. When I think back how much fish I eat, I used to hate the fish them because I was the one who had to scale them. And Papa had some dogs. Papa have some dogs. And Papa would carry the fish home. And when I'm scaling the fish, the dogs would come and sit beside me. And I would pet the fish and throw them, give the dog one, hoping to have less fish to scale. But the dog, evil. It was a evil dog. It's a wicked dog. You know what the dog would do? When I give the dog the fish, instead of the dog stay beside me and eat up the fish nicely so that I can give him one more fish so that I have less fish to scale, the dog would pet the fish. And anywhere Papa is, the dog will lay down in front of Papa and eat the fish. Now tell me if that's not evil. Tell me if that's not a reason for beat the dog and not have nothing to do with the dog go in front of Papa and lay down and eat the fish. And Papa would say, call me. I say, why did you try? I had to lie. Lord forgive me, but I had to lie. I couldn't tell Papa say I throw away the fish. I tell Papa says the dog thief the fish. And every day the dog thief the fish. Every day the dog just walk up and thief the fish. And through him take it up already, I was never going to take that fish back from him. I couldn't tell him me deliberately throw away the fish. You crazy? No, I couldn't do that. Right. But back to the wood fire. Pimento wood was what they used to use to do the wood fire. And as a girl child, and there was no male child in the household that I grew up in. As a matter of fact, I was the only child in the house. So everything that needed to be done, I had to do it. Whether it was a man job, woman job, child job, or what. Everything, I had to do it. Right? So going to get the wood would have been my job. I would go into the bushes, and that is why I know that back then people respected people's life and little children's life, because back then I would go into the bushes all by myself with a machete and a pickaxe, and not a pickaxe, an axe, and I would chop the wood and take it home in bundles for my grandfather's wife to use to do the cooking. And sometimes if it was no, I couldn't, because I would go deep into the woods. Because it's something that you do so regular that you start running out of trees and woods. So each time you go, you have to go further and further into the bushes. If it was no, maybe no one of these days when I go into that bush. No one, because I didn't go with anybody. It was just me as a little girl into the woods searching for woods to make fire, to cook food. You understand? How God is able. He saved me, protected me, and back then persons have a heart and very protective of children. So no one did me anything, and I'm alive and well today, right? And when we cook the food, when we cook the food, Papa would get his dinner. And Papa was this kind of grandfather where he could never get his dinner and eat the entire thing off. He would eat a portion, a small portion, and then he will call up his grandchildren and he will share what is left and give it to them. I mean, those that are not living in the house. Or if no one is there, even though I get my dinner, he will still give me some of whatever he gets for his dinner. He was that kind of a loving grandfather. Yeah, always giving. You understand? With the fridge now, we didn't have fridge to put leftover food on or to set ice. I remember back in the days we used to have to go and buy ice from persons who have fridge at home. We would buy the ice from them and we would use it to cool our drinks and our water. For them, like the meats now, if you like have like pork or beef, you would corn the meat, put a lot of salt on it, and put it over the fireplace. That is what you would use for curing your meat. And when you're ready to cook it, you just cut off a piece of it. You just cut off a piece of it and you cook it and you eat it. And that's it. Your meals was like one pot, right? One pot. When I said one pot, you would cook what you need to eat for today. Maybe enough for breakfast tomorrow. So you would cook enough where you can eat your dinner from it and the rest you will eat in the early morning. But you wouldn't cook and say you're gonna put down food for tomorrow or the day after tomorrow because it wouldn't be good because you don't have fridge to keep it on. You know another thing too that moving on from the cooking, another thing that I noticed used to be done at home back in the days. You notice how us lady when we about to give birth, we would go to a hospital and all of that. Back in the days there was no hospital, no hospital. Children were born at home. I am a homeborn child. I was born innocent and at home. I wasn't born in an hospital. In a hospital. I was born at home. So children were born at home. Not just children were born at home, persons died. They were not taken to a morgue and keep and cure until the day of funeral. When they died, they were placed on a bed in a room at your house, and ice was put on them until the day of the funeral. And I tell you, I was so scared. I was so scared of that part of it. Because knowing that somebody is not alive and they are in that room lying down on a bed, that never sit well with you as a child. Because back then they used to talk up the story. I grew up, I don't even believe that any of those stuff was real. Where they talk about duppy and rolling calf and all of those foolishness. Whoever believes in it, to each his own. But honestly, I've never seen any. I don't wish to see any. And because they say believe, heal, believe, cure. Because I don't want to have that kind of thinking. I refuse to believe that those things really exist. I think they use it back then to scare people, especially little children. Because I remember one night, my grandfather's wife, us children were outside in the yard. Night, And what she did was she put on a white sheet over her head and come around the corner of the house. And us as children, I tell you, we run, we scream, we cry, because in our head we see Duppy. But when grandfather heard the commotion outside, he came out and he saw the white sheet coming. You know something? I won't tell you what my grandfather did, but I know that his wife never do that again. She never, ever, ever did that again. Because because remember now, Papa didn't know who it was or what it was. I'm sure he knew it wasn't a ghost, because he was more mature than us. He knew that somebody was under there trying to scare us. So of course my was giving that person a lesson time, and the lesson was well received. The lesson was well received, and it was never done again. So I don't believe in ghosts. I believe in human beings being unkind to each other and do each other wrong. That I believe, that sometimes we are not kind to each other. Another aspect of back in the days was the irons that we used to press our clothes. We didn't have electric iron that we could plug in and press our clothes. We used to have some iron that you put on the fire and you get some banana leaf. And when you get the banana leaf, the iron hot, you rub it on the banana leaf to clean off the face of the iron. And then you would press your clothes. Later on, they started having the irons where you put the coal inside of the iron and you would press the clothes. You know how much trouble I get into with the iron that you put the coal inside of it and press the clothes. You know how much time the coal drop out of the iron and drop on the clothes. And you and I know that once that live fire drop on that clothes, there's a hole, right? And I always get in trouble with that. So I used to stick to the one where you put it in the fire, and when it gets hot, you take it out, you clean off the face, and you iron the clothes. But the long and the short of it, there was a lot of lessons learned back in the day that create good, strong, well-rounded man and woman of today. And there's also a lot of things from back in the days that leave some of us with traumas that even up until now we still cannot fathom why this was done to us. Because not everybody have strong will and strong mind and is able to go through certain rough things in life and come out shining as a star. Some of us, the things that we go through really scar us, and we really need help to understand why these things were done. Where was the law? Where was the person who was supposed to protect you when all of these things were happening? Where were the guidance counselors, the teachers, the principal, the CBA, the police? None of that. These children nowadays are privileged. If they are being abused in any way, form, or shape, they have so many people to run to who will assist them, even though we weren't half, we weren't even quarter out of order as these children nowadays. Because these children, they're not backing down, These children not backing down anything they make up their mind that they're going to do. That is what they're going to do. That is what they are going to do. But still, they are well protected. And I'm glad that they are protected because I wouldn't want any child to go through. So I'm a 70s baby. I'm a 70s baby. And I wouldn't want any child to go through what I went through as a 70s baby. And I know that there are persons on here who is 60s babies, 50s babies, that even gone through worse situations than us, who is in the 70s and beyond. And all I can say, God mercy kept us. God mercy kept us, and for those who learn from their experience and use it to be better mothers and fathers, use it to motivate yourself to do the best version of yourself. Kudos to you. For those who were so hurt and traumatized that today you're still not coping with it, you still can't forgive, you still remember what you have gone through and you're not able to let it go. I say get help, talk about it, share, because if you share, maybe you will find someone who had gone through the same thing as you and is able to tell you how they cope, how they were able to move forward from it. You understand? Whatever it is that I have gone through in life, I tell you, I use it to say I will never let my children go through that. Right? I stick by my children, and I try to do right by them. Not that I'm going to spoil them to the point where they become opportunists in society, become a problem to society. I am going to correct them when they are wrong. But the way I was corrected, I will not correct them that way. Because when I was growing, there was no special instrument that was used to slap you. It was anything that was available. A dirty shoes, a pimento wood, a ackee wood, a lime wood, a willow tree wood, anything that was available. No hand was used because hand was too mild. And I strongly believe those people have anger issue. And I think some of the things that they did was as a result of what was done to them. So it becomes a generational curse where my mother abused me, I abuse you, and the abuse continue. And nobody decide to take a stand and say, listen, this curse end here. I will not grow my child this way. We are to grow our children to be responsible, rounded adults. But there is a right and a wrong way to do it. There is a right and a wrong, and I will not knock everything that was done back in the days. A lot of good come out of what was done in the days, back in the days, because I honestly don't think these children nowadays could survive my time. I don't believe they would survive my time because it's a different generation that we have coming up now. It's a different generation. So I don't think they would survive my time because the things that they're doing now, you couldn't do it back in my days. So that is it for me for today. Let us learn to take some of the old time thing and put it with the new time thing and see if we can create a balance in society, so that if we create this balance, then we will have less crime in our society, because we will be growing well-rounded individual who is able to know right from wrong, who is able to make good decisions that will not only benefit themselves but also benefit society. So guys, this is where I'm going to leave you. Have yourselves a blessed day, and please remember, like, share, and most importantly, if you are not a member of the platform, subscribe to the platform and leave a comment. I will sure go through the comment and respond. If there's a topic that you would like me to discuss, drop it into the comment. Further on, as the platform build, there's a number that I will be giving out so that we can interact online. While I'm having the live, you can call in and share your story, or share a story that you know about without calling person's name. We're just going to have it as a story, right? Because we don't want to be discriminating or anything like that. So have yourself a blessed day. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Love you.